going somewhere and there's people coming back. Some stare at their reflections, some just stare into the black. I watch the moon go racing through a field of winter stars, the red and white light ribbons of a carnival of cars. It's a highway filled with dreamers and I'm counting down the trees on a one-way ticket to Louise.
Oh, yeah.
This is Howling Dick, and if you enjoy the blues, you're really going to love Wednesday nights on Seclo Sounds. I'm going to be playing the best in American roots, boogie and gospel, featuring music by the greats and some of the not so well known. From Charlie Patton to Eric Clapton and beyond, if it's blues, it's going to be here. So please, join me, Howling Dick, Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock, with blues from the MK Delta, here on seclosounds.org, bringing communities and people together.
Bringing people and communities together on seclosounds.org.
Your listening station.
Peaches in the summertime, apples in the fall. If I can't have the girl I love, I won't have none at all. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I know. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound for Shady Grove. Wish I had a needle and thread, fine as I could sew that girl to the side of myself, and down the road I'd go. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I know. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound for Shady Grove. Every night when I go home, my wife, I try to please her. The more I try, the worse she gets. I'm damned if I don't leave her. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I know. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound for Shady Grove. Little boy, my mother always told me, if I never kissed the girls, my lips would grow all mouldy. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I know. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound for Shady Grove. Wish I had a banjo string made of golden twine, and every time I'd play on it, I'd wish that girl was mine. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I know. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound for Shady Grove. Wish I'd had a glass of wine and bread and meat for two. I'd set it all on a golden plate and I'd give it all to you. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I know. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound for Shady Grove. Some come here to fiddle and dance, some come here to tarry, some come here to fiddle and dance, I come here to marry. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I know. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound for Shady Grove. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I know. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound for Shady Grove.
You've been very lucky. You've managed to find yourself a celebrity patron as such.
Yeah, and of course the folk rock tag is what just reminded me of that just now. Yes, well, Fairport Convention were pretty seminal in bridging that gap in the 60s and 70s between traditional folk and rock folk. And, yeah, I'm delighted that Dave Swarbrick, the fiddler, and being light behind Legion Leaf, is our patron. Yes, it's very exciting. I met with him a few weeks ago, and he's very keen to encourage new blood into the acoustic folk and roots scene. It's a very nice arrangement. Very happy about that.
Is Dave actually going to come down?
Dave isn't available on the day.
Ah, it's a shame, isn't it? But he said some very nice things. I had a little quote from him. He said, "When Helen approached me to be patron, I was struck by the energy and commitment she freely offered to musicians in all genres, which are dear to my heart. As the hands of time march on, I'm increasingly aware of the new blood coming into folk roots and acoustic music, and I'm very keen to support, in some small way, the activities which are planned for the musicians involved in Folkstock Arts Foundation. It seems very well organised and very well thought through, and I'm excited to encourage the current resurgence of the interest in the aspects of folk music. There is a raft of young musicians coming forward for which the foundation is providing much needed support, providing the tools to help them market themselves with efficiency and gain a greater audience. This is what most independent musicians need. The great range of gig opportunities, festivals, masterclasses and mentoring which the foundation provides and are vital as they are enjoyable." Couldn't really get a better sort of thing for yourself and for the Folkstock Art Foundation and for the event than that, really.
Yeah, he missed out the line that he particularly loved, which is "it's going to be a lot of fun."
Oh, it's going to be fun. Yes, I did miss that. Sorry, that's the last line.
It's particularly relevant because it's one of his catchphrases, and fun is so important to him. And he's got a wicked sense of humour and very dry. And yeah, so thanks for reading that out.
No, that's all right. That's this is what I he sent me, and I thought, well, this, he's very, very well known, Fairport Convention, and if he thinks it's going to be a great event, sounds like it's going to be fun.
And we're also going to be working with him quite closely next year, so there will be opportunities for musicians within the foundation to get involved in supporting him.
So
on a tour.
To actually join the foundation, does it? How do you join the foundation? If you're a young up-and-coming musician looking to sort of join the foundation, how can you actually join?
Well, we had a situation where in April we invited musicians to apply for places on the scheme, which closed on the 30th of April, and I have now selected 14 artists who I'm now working with, and most of which are playing, I think all of which actually are playing at the festival, and that was one of the ideas, is that I bring forward musicians, give them some experience, give them some coaching, and then let them have their first festival.
Are you sort of hoping...
That's sort of full for now. There's a 6-month programme, so by the end of the year, I will be deciding what to do next.
So are you hoping to make the sort of foundation intake, if you like to put it that way, an annual event?
It might be a biannual event.
Or biannual event.
I find the whole thing completely absorbing and fascinating. The talent that has come forward with this current tranche, very, very exciting. You see, the thing is, the foundation is helping people at 4 different levels. So there's the absolute grassroots, people who haven't really been doing it for very long, but have some talent but need a lot of guidance. We have a section called Feel the Fear, which is for students of music who are generally between 14 and 18, who have access to recording facilities but maybe haven't really thought about how to market themselves or haven't even got a name.
Okay.
And they need a different sort of support. And then there's artists who've been doing it for a few years, haven't been picked up by Radio 1 or 2 yet, and wondering whether they should carry on putting their whole life on hold, because that's what it involves if you're committed as a musician. You have to put it ahead of relationships and family events, which puts a huge pressure. So if you're not going to make it, and you get to a point where you think, am I going to make it? That's the crux, and that's for people, that scheme is called Phoenix. Okay. Those people who've been doing it for a few years.
Rising from the ashes.
who I feel, yes, with the right direction, could actually push on through and make it. I've got a few bands at that level, and then there's the bands who are on One for the Road, who are bands that have sort of got past that and now really are up for touring, who want to do some radio and press and gigs. Won't make them millionaire, but will get them out of their immediate comfort zone and out of their friends and family zone, and more into the commercial market and make them more accessible. So I have some superb bands. I have Nick and the Sun Machine, who are based in St Albans.
Okay.
They are unbelievable. They played at Folk by the Oak last year.
Are they
They
playing?
are also going to be at Stand and Calling.
I know, I saw their name on a
I found out
poster.
yesterday that I have been given a stage, the Lordship Folk Stage at Stand and Calling. It's having a Folkstock takeover on the Sunday, 4th of August.
Okay.
And it's extremely exciting. It's almost exciting, as exciting for me as my own festival, because Stand and Calling is held in such high regard. It is the aspiring festival if you're a musician, established musician even. And so I have actually got Reg Muros and Boo Hewardine on that stage, as well as the Willows, Nick and the Sun Machine, Ted the Maiden, the Folk, Flaming Tune, and a number of other artists that are local. Minnie Birch, for example, is also performing there, and at Folkstock. All these artists, apart from Boo Hewardine, are playing at Folkstock as well. So it's trying to, the quote that you read out from Dave, it is trying to help people have credible performance opportunities that do give them some exposure. And there's some you have to take a chance on in terms of gigs, because you don't always know what PR it's going to get from the organiser, and you have to take a punt sometimes. But certainly, Stand and Calling is way up there.
Yeah, it is. I did actually see a poster for that yesterday, and I thought, I recognise some of those names, and I was going to ask you about that, so you sort of got in. We spoke about Folkstock, and we spoke about Stand and Calling. Let's talk about yourself, your sort of background in the music business.
Really?
Well, yeah, we might as well. Why not?
Yeah, okay. Just then, I don't want it to be about me. A couple of years ago, the band my daughter was in played me a song that they'd written. And it was an original song, and I couldn't believe it, because it wasn't what you'd expect 15-year-olds to write. And I thought, well, there's some potential here. It was with ukuleles and guitars, but it was more of a sort of bluesy song, really. Bluesy, folky song.
Okay.
I encouraged them to write some more, and then a few months later I started promoting them in the area. They are called The Folk. And on the circuit, I got involved with other artists that are doing acoustic folk and roots music, and I just found myself being drawn to other artists and asking. Some of them asked me to help them with what I was doing for them, and some of them I approached because I was so impressed and asked what they were doing and would they like some help. So, combination of factors meant that by January of this year, I was in touch with a lot of musicians, and when I was asked to put on a festival, I thought I was putting on just the artists for the festival, but I've since found that I'm putting on the whole festival, which includes licensing, security, staffing, stalls, everything.
Toilets.
Everything. Which is a little bit more than I expected to be taking on. However, it's been the most absorbing experience of my life, and since January I've done nothing else.
That's great, though, isn't it? I mean, it's great. The one thing I've met you before, and the passion of yourself, that when I spoke to you the first time when I first met you, the sort of the passion of the music is the thing that that really sort of drew me to you. You're sort of
I am passionate
about the music and passionate about things. A lot of people get into the music business for the wrong thing. You mentioned, you're trying to take them to the next level, and you might not make them millionaires. I think a lot of people get in the music business for the wrong thing. They think, I'm going to make millions, and but it is actually the music that's the passion, which is what came across with me.
It's not just the music; it's a self-expression and a confidence.
Okay.